Okay, picture this. It's 2 a.m. You're wide awake, staring at the ceiling, and the glow of your phone is literally the only light in the room as you're just mindlessly scrolling through Facebook. I mean, we have all been there, right? But for Chicago resident Jeanette Barcelos-Kravitz, this totally universal late-night impulse didn't just lead to, buying some random gadget she didn't need. It led to a spontaneous click that actually entered her into a massive national cooking competition. It really started as just a laugh, a hey, why not kind of moment. But as she started advancing round after round, that tiny 2 a.m. click quickly transformed into a powerful platform for something much, much bigger.
So today in this explainer, we're unpacking what I like to call the Trojan horse of food security. On the surface, the favorite chef competition is exactly what it sounds like, right? It's a fun, vibrant, super high-energy cooking contest. But as we unpack the source material today, you're going to see how one competitor is using this culinary spotlight as a literal Trojan horse. She's taking this platform, one built entirely on tasty recipes, and turning it into an absolutely urgent conversation about the future of our food systems. Let's see exactly how she's pulling this off.
The strategist behind all of this is Jeanette Barcelos-Kravitz. Looking at her track record as a Chicago home cook, a storyteller, and a food advocate, her passion for vibrant food is just so obvious. You look at the gorgeous greens and blues on her plates, the colorful, vibrant food she creates, it's honestly amazing. And she has advanced really deep into the voting rounds of this national favorite chef competition. When you look at her story, you see a relatable, totally passionate advocate who clearly just loves the joy of sharing a good meal. But to understand her ultimate endgame here, we actually need to look way past the kitchen.
Okay, let's dive into this timeline, because Jeanette didn't just wake up yesterday and decide to jump into the public eye. Look at her history. Back in the year 2000, she founded Sponsor Kids Charities. For over 2 decades, more than 20 years, she has literally been on the ground, creating these amazing programs that unite youth and communities through storytelling, music, culture, and education. And that brings us right to the present day, where she leads her current initiative, EarthSTARS.earth. This long-established history of community service proves she's dedicated her whole life to bringing people together. It's definitely not just a passing phase.
And bringing people together almost always starts at the most intimate level, and that's the dinner table. As she notes, some of life's absolutely most important conversations happen around a table. Think about that shared experience for a second. We're talking about home cooking with guests, restaurateurs sharing laughs with family and friends. It's about those plates piled high with amazing food. This warmth and this human connection, that is the absolute emotional core of her campaign. It's what draws people in. It's the hook. Now, what's really interesting about this next point is the massive pivot. We just went from the cozy, intimate setting of the kitchen table straight to the global stage. Jeanette argues that climate isn't just about weather. No, it's about food, it's about farms, it's about soil. She is actively redirecting the audience's love for those cozy family dinners toward the huge, macro-level issues that make those dinners possible in the first place. Because, let's face it, without healthy soil and secure farms, there's literally no food to gather around.
Through her nonprofit, EarthSTARS.earth, she is tackling these massive issues head-on. She's championing healthy soils and regenerative agriculture. By using her unique background in music and storytelling, her ultimate goal is to cultivate a living, breathing ecosystem. Imagine a network where farmers are actually having fun working the land, and communities are actively building resilience together. That is the vibrant, living ecosystem that EarthSTARS is trying so hard to cultivate. And as we all know, timing is everything. The current momentum in her home state right now is just unprecedented. Chicago is actually preparing for its first ever Climate Week this July, while the state of Illinois is expanding climate education in public schools this fall. So Jeanette's campaign is perfectly positioned as a bridge between that local, grassroots energy and these massive statewide goals. She is really striking while the iron is hot. So the crucial point here is, how does a cooking competition actually fuel this environmental momentum? Well, it all comes down to a very specific number, $25,000. That's the grand prize of the favorite chef competition. And it comes along with the incredible opportunity to cook with Chef Carla Hall and be featured in Taste of Home magazine. So the stakes here are super high. This isn't just a shiny trophy and some bragging rights. This is a massive, real-world injection of capital. Let's break down exactly how the mechanics of this strategy work step by step.
Step 1 is pretty simple. Jeanette needs to secure daily votes from the public to win that grand prize, the Carlaw Hall experience, and the magazine feature. But step 2 is where the magic really happens. If she wins, she plans to invest those funds directly into EarthSTARS.earth programs. So think about that. By simply voting for a home cook in a digital contest, the public is actually directly funding education on regenerative agriculture, healthy soils, and the future of our food systems. It is just a highly effective, genius way to fundraise.
It all synthesizes into one absolutely core message. Home cooking matters and food security matters. You really can't separate the joy of a vibrant family dinner from the global reality of climate security. To protect those micro moments, the restaurant gatherings, the family memories, we absolutely have to secure the macro. We have to secure our farms, our soil, and our future.
Which brings us to the ultimate call to action. Jeanette's journey started with a simple 2 a.m. impulse click, but her campaign's success right now relies on daily clicks from people who want to support this exact advocacy. If you want to cast a vote and support Jeanette Barcelos-Kravitz and her amazing work at EarthSTARS.earth, the hub for this movement is favechef.com/2026/Jeanette-Barcelos-Kravitz. It leaves us with a final, really provocative thought. If a single late-night click can spark a whole movement to fund the future of our soil and our farms, what impact will your daily vote have?